Today's Toy Spot, we are having a look at the Mattel DC Comics Multiverse, Batman Arkham City, Catwoman. It appears this Catwoman is a scaled-down Catwoman from the Batman Legacy Collection Arkham City 2-pack that featured Batman and Catwoman. It looks like it's the same figure, perhaps scaled down, or maybe slimmed down on also articulation. It comes with what appears to be a display stand. She also comes with a whip. Sadly, this is a line that is currently dying, or if not, has already died, which is kind of a shame because I've always dug more 3 3/4 inch figures than, like the G.I. Joes and stuff like that. In fact, I like this line so far. I think just because I'm a DC fan, I think I like this line a little bit more than the Marvel line, like the Marvel Universe line. Spin around the back of the package. Real name, Selena Kyle. Special abilities, exceptional acrobatic. Skills, Master Thief, skilled with a whip, and hand-to-hand combat. Other figures available are Scarecrow, Batman, and Mr. Freeze, which appears to be an orange Mr. Freeze. DC Comics Multiverse figures are inspired by comic-based, character-rich entertainment sources, such as movies and video games. These figures are meticulously designed to be truly authentic, celebrating the many universes of entertaining DC Comics material. Spot's going to take a break and get this opened up. When we come back, however, we're going to get a better look at the Batman Arkham City DC Comics Multiverse Catwoman. There's more heading away, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Luckily, Catwoman comes with a display stand. I say display stand, I couldn't use the term more loosely. It's about the size of a bottle cap. It's really tiny. Some would say it does fit the figure just right, just enough space for the figure to actually stand, but the figure stand could have considerably been, at least a little bit bigger. Mattel didn't have to be as small as it did. It's like they asked themselves, how small can we make this display stand while still having the figure be able to stand on it? Take the display stand off. It only has one singular peg, and we'll put that to the side. Okay, so having a look at Catwoman. Head sculpt wise, maybe not so much the body because the body has been scaled down in the way of posability. Especially like, I think the waist area or thigh area would have been trimmed back from what the original figure release was. But it looks like it does share, and I actually had to go through my little archives of videos to find the right, because I knew I recognized the face sculpt and I just couldn't quite place where I saw it from. But I think it was from the Mattel Batman Legacy Collection, which was kind of like the early efforts at Multiverse. It was a line solely for kind of Batman-themed figures. And that line had, the Arkham City banner underneath it, and they've released a whole bunch of different Batman comic themes as well. But there was a Batman and Wonder Woman 2-pack from Arkham City, and I think it also was released in a black and white version as well, which I never ultimately got. But it has that same face sculpt as this Catwoman here. Face sculpt isn't terrible. For a scaled down 3 3/4 inch, might even be smaller than that. 3 3/4 inch, it's not terrible. Paint could be a little bit better. You can kind of see right around, where the hair and the cowl is, that they didn't quite paint it to the edge of where the plastic sculpt was. The sculpt is like right there, and the plastic sadly doesn't go that far down. You can also see it on this side too, that the paint doesn't carry that far down. She's sporting her goggles, and makeup's not terrible. I mean, at least she's got the lipstick on there as well. She's got a little cat collar or choker. She's got her zipped up cat outfit. And there's some accent there of silver and a little bit of white there to break it up. So it's not just all a black figure. It's actually a pretty good sculpt for a figure this size. It does also have high heels, which can also not help the figure stand very well, but goodness gracious, that's why we've got the very small nickel-sized display stand. One of the other accessories that come included with Catwoman is her whip, which I feel is maybe a little too big. Maybe just a little too big. Like, look at the handle. Look at the handle versus the size of her hand. It's a little too big. The whip is also taller than her. I feel like they could have sculpted the whip in a curled position so it's not just a big straight rubbery piece of plastic. But it's big. Like, you can get it in her hand, but it's a little on the big side. Like, I'd struggle, I'll be honest, I'd struggle getting the whip into her hand. It's a little on the big side. I probably, for the fact that the whip is just going to be this very long piece of plastic, I'm probably not going to be displaying her with it anyways. For the rest of the figure, quality-wise, it's not terrible. The one arm is a little on the loose side. This one arm's not too bad. Posability on Catwoman, she does have a ball joint in the head. Hinged shoulders, which rotate all the way around. She has a rotation in the bicep area, a hinged elbow. Rotation in where the glove area would be attached. She has a mid-waist swivel. It's kind of right above her waist, kind of like a mid-cut around her low torso area. And then she's got the V-cut swivel in her legs, which I think, and I don't sadly have the figure anymore, but I think the Batman Legacy figure, Catwoman, I don't think had that swivel cut. She does have a swivel or hinge cut at the mid-thigh, a bend at the knee, and no posability in the foot. You can't even rotate at the leg either. I wish the legs could have posed a little bit better. Like, I wish you could have got like a stance going on. You could probably just heat the figure and just kind of spread the legs a little bit more, let it cool to give her a wider stance. It's not a terrible figure. It's not one of my personal favorites. But I think as a 3 3/4 inch figure for Catwoman, it's not terrible. The whip, I will admit, is terrible. Today's Toy Spot, we were having a look at the Batman, well, this was the DC Comics Multiverse. We were looking today at the Arkham City Catwoman. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more Toy Spots heading your way. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.